How does it feel to be part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Is this something you had thought about?
It feels so great to be part of this universe. I I hadn't. Well, listen, I always have dreamed of being in these big, comic book based movies. Um, it was an unusual road into this universe because I'd always kind of imagined that it would be a character. Um, but here I am being me, which in some ways is a character in this case. Uh, I had worked with James Gunn and went to see Guardians of the Galaxy without knowing that I was mentioned in Guardians of the Galaxy. And so that kind of blew my mind. I kind of looked around the theater and said, did anybody else hear that? What just happened here? And then a few years later, James reached out and said he had this idea for a Christmas special and that I was going to be in it. And at first I didn't know if I was in the Christmas special. I think at first he told me I had the Christmas special. And then later on, he told me that I was actually going to be myself in the Christmas special. And I thought, this is fantastic. I said, listen, yeah, I'm in. I don't need to read it. I'm all in.
That's great. What attracted you to the idea of playing yourself in the special?
Well, I'm attracted to the idea of playing myself because it's generally not going to be something too serious. If I'm playing me, you know that it's going to be kind of tongue-in-cheek or in some ways meta. And a lot of the work that I do is super serious, edgier, darker, dramatic kinds of things. So to just kind of make fun of myself, goof around a little bit, be silly, do something of a comedic nature is very appealing to me, and certainly appealing at this point in my life. So, yeah, I think that that's the big draw.
What was it like working with the Guardians cast? Did you have many fun moments?
The whole thing was fun. I don't think I've ever done a job that was so much fun, and they were so enthusiastic and really happy to have me there. When we were shooting the Christmas special, they were in the middle of shooting Guardians 3, so they kind of paused Guardians 3 to shoot the special. And if you can picture you're working all year, in an office, and then you finally have your office Christmas party, that was sort of the vibe of what it was like to make the special. So everybody was in a good mood. Everybody was in the Christmas spirit, even though it was July or something like that. And we had a blast. I loved them. They were very, very welcoming, made me feel extremely welcome, and it was fun.
You mentioned working with James before. What was your experience like working with him as a director for this?
James is a fantastic director. He's incredibly well prepared. He is very, very enthusiastic about what's going on. He's got a great visual eye. He enjoys just riffing on things, and kind of encourages you to sort of just have fun with the material. And it was very, very relaxed. I mean, it was just a very relaxed shoot and a relaxed place to work. I would do anything with him.
What do you think of the sets and the production design? What stood out to you?
Well, if you can imagine not knowing what I was going to be stepping into, it was really remarkable to see the set and the production design. I believe that when I first got there, everything was already dressed with all the Christmas ornaments and the blow up Santas and candy canes and the whole look. And it was just mind blowing. It was like, it was a whole other world. Probably 80 background players, all in individual makeups and costumes, looking completely different from each other. All of these makeups and costumes probably take hours to get together. I never saw any of the Guardians outside of their wardrobe. Everybody came all the way, done when I walked out there. So it was one of those kind of like pinch yourself moments. And I just loved it.
Tell us about the music and your part in it.
Well, James, as you know, has a real ear. He was played in bands himself. And I was so thrilled when, on top of everything else, he told me that I was going to be singing in the special. And he sent me the old '97 song. I loved the song. It was really fun to sing. The band that wrote and recorded the original song were actually in the makeup, the Alien band behind me. And I just love doing it. I mean, to stand out there and be performing for the Guardians and all of the rest of the alien creatures that were standing around the set, and everybody's like rocking out. There was nothing like that. That was a really surreal experience.
What can viewers look forward to when they see the holiday special?
I think it has all the things that a holiday special should have, which is it's funny. I would say this one is a little bit irreverent, which is great. But it's also touching. It is one of those holiday specials that checks that box. So you kind of walk away and you get a little misty, and you feel a little gratitude, and I think it's great. I think they did a great job with it.
Tell us how the Guardians holiday special came about, and why were you keen to make it happen?
Well, being honest, I loved the Star Wars holiday special when I was a kid. Now, a lot of people don't like it. They don't think it was the greatest work of art that's ever existed. But as a child, I adored it. And I wanted to do something, that was just off the wall for Marvel, for the MCU, and do a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. And this started maybe it was right while we were still in post-production for Volume 2. So this was many years ago that I brought this up to Kevin Feige wanting to do this. Not too surprisingly, Kevin's like, oh, that's a great idea. And so I went off and wrote it in a very short amount of time, and we started developing it. And we were going to put it was before Disney Plus. We were actually going to put it on ABC at the time. And then one thing led to the next, and things kept getting pushed. And finally, during the shooting of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, we had the opportunity to shoot this, and it was great because we had all the big sets. We had the enormous 4-story Bowie spaceship that we had in the movie. We had the entire set of Nowhere with all of the hundreds of extras there, and we had these great sets that we could use to shoot something that was a pretty intimate tale. And I think Guardians' holiday special is very unique for the MCU because it is about just the relationships. There's not a big bad guy that they're out there fighting. It's truly a sort of Christmas special that's a family comedy.
Does the special connect to the Guardians story we will see in the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, or is it standalone?
definitely the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special takes place between Thor and Love and Thunder and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. There's a lot of important things that you learn from the Holiday Special. Number one, you learn that they have a telekinetic dog named Cosmo, who's now a part of their team. Number two, you learn that they live inside of nowhere, which they've bought. It's a giant head of a disembodied god that they've bought from the Collector. That's their home base now, and they've saved all these refugees that have come and live with them. And number three, you learn a very special relationship between two of the characters that we, will learn as we see the show. So it's an opportunity to see a lot of different things. But also, I think it's really important that we see how some of our characters have grown. When we last saw Mantis, she was this, character who was beaten down by ego, who sort of kept her as a slave. And she was not very outspoken. But now we see how she's become a part of this family of the Guardians, and she's much more willing to state her opinion. She's a much, more developed character that she's grown over these past few years, and she's become best friends with Drax. And he gets on her nerves constantly, but she also loves him. These are all things that we'll see a lot more of in Volume 3. So I think it's a fun way to give the audience a little taste.
You wrote and directed this special. How do you come up with the idea of the story?
Well, I came up with when I was coming up with the ideas. I came up with the idea of just wanting to do a holiday special. I love Christmas myself. Christmas is really important to me. It's a time when I feel a lot of love for my family members. I give lots of gifts. I get lots of gifts. I love all of it. It's the warmest, best time of the year for me. So I wanted to do a holiday special with the Guardians, and I told this to Kevin Feige a long time ago. And we started working on it, and then it just instantly came up. What is it about? How can we do this story? And originally, it was going to be two stories about Mantis wanting to give a good gift to her brother Peter, and also this sort of action-oriented thing. And I realized that I didn't care about the action-oriented thing. I only cared about the family part of it, the part of the Guardians as family, as found family, and the fact that she wanted to give Kevin Bacon as a gift to Peter. And she's an alien. She doesn't understand what's right or what's wrong in certain ways. So I found that to be what was really fun.
Speaking of Kevin, how did you approach Kevin Bacon with the idea of playing himself?
I mean, I've known Kevin for a long time. Kevin played a bad guy in my movie Super with Rainn Wilson and Elliot Page. And I called him up and I said, hey, you know how, Peter Quill loves you in the MCU, because they brought up Kevin Bacon a lot in the different Guardian stories. And he said, yes. I said, well, I want to do this holiday special in which they want to give Peter Quill a Christmas gift, and the Christmas gift is going to be you. And he laughed his butt off and then said, absolutely. And he was in almost immediately.
This is the first time a live band has been in the Guardian story. What made the old 97s band perfect for this? Tell us a little about their style.
Well, I love the old 97s. They're literally my favorite band in the entire world. And I've been going to see them in concert since I was a kid in the 90s. So when it came an opportunity to, have a band in the movie, I thought that they would be perfect because I know they're game for anything. And, I had this song that I started writing called I Don't Know What Christmas Is, But Christmas Time Is Here, sung from the point of view of an alien who is trying to make sense of what he's heard about Christmas. He sort of played this game of telephone about what Christmas is. And so I knew that, Rhett has such a great way with humor in his songs. He has such a great way with just finding a real, beautiful melody, that he would be the great partner for that. And so I went to him to write the song originally. He did such a great job with that we then decided to put the whole band in alien costumes and make them the band on the planet. And they were great.
Are the songs they perform original? And did you write the songs with them? And tell us about that collaboration.
So I wrote the one song with Rhett Miller. I don't know what Christmas is, but Christmas time is here. And that's the song they play at the beginning, the Alien Band plays. The song at the end is a song which the old 97s had previously written, but obviously hadn't recorded with Kevin Bacon. And I thought it would be a great song that talks about, family and love and what Christmas really is to me, and that would be a great song to have Kevin Bacon sing. And one of the pluses of having Kevin in the movie is that he plays a guitar and he sings. And he's a really talented musician. So I knew that this was just going to be a great meeting of the minds.
What can viewers look forward to when they stream this holiday special?
Well, I think they can I think viewers can look forward to a great deal of holiday magic in the Christmas special. I love the holidays, and I love the Marvel fans. And this is my gift to the Marvel fans for the holidays. So I get to have all the things I love together. I hope it's something that whole families can sit down and watch together. Grandma will love it. The kids will love it. It really is for the entire family. And I can't wait to have all the people enjoy it around the world.
What makes this Guardians holiday story a fun story to tell?
So, what makes this Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special such a fun story to tell? The story by itself is very funny, with Mantis and Drax who want to gift the best Christmas gift for Chris Pratt's character, Star-Lord, and they brainstorm and they come up with the idea that Kevin Bacon is the one to get him. So just the concept, that it's so funny. No, it's a really, really cute and endearing movie, but also very emotional. And I think the whole family is going to enjoy it,
Your character, Mantis, and Dave Bautista's character, Drax, go on a solo adventure to Earth. What is their relationship like on that journey?
So the relationship between Drax and Mantis in that journey feels to me a little bit like a brother-sister relationship with a lot of bickering, a lot of, arguing about things. Mantis thinks that she does things right, a certain way, and he thinks the same, but they're both wrong most of the time. So it creates chaos and a lot of comedy.
Tell us about the sets, the decorations, the details, and the holiday vibe.
Oh, so the set was really, really beautiful, with really detailed, and also what was really fun was the costumes. I remember when James Gunn told me about the holiday special. I told him immediately, "Oh my God, can I have Christmas lights around my antennas?" So we came up with this little headband with a little Christmas trees, and with little lights, and the pom-pom sweater, and the little skirt with little Christmas bows on it. So it was really fun to create that and to really have fun with it and to create a new look for the character. By the way, behind me there's a little Funko doll with all the little detailed costume. It's really cute.
What was it like working with Kevin Bacon as himself?
It was really fun to work with Kevin Bacon as himself. He was actually referenced in several Marvel movies before, which was really fun to. So in the Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, he was referenced, and also I was saying his name in one of the Avengers movies. So it's funny how it was all meant to be from the beginning,
You talked a little bit about this, but what was the vibe on set? Was it fun to do the holiday special with everyone?
Yeah, it was really fun to do the holiday special with everyone. We shot the movie at the same time as Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And for me, it was really special to get to shoot on Hollywood Boulevard too, on the Walk of Fame. It was really funny to be dressed as an alien with antennas and just discover this crazy street, as an alien, because already when you're a human being, it's weird, but when you're an alien, it's even weirder.
If you could describe this holiday special in one word, what would it be and why?
Oh, you can't describe it in one word. Maybe 2 words? It's like hilarious and emotional.